curly thread. Thank you, Bucky. I appreciate that. We'll take a look at that one for later. All right, so what else do we have cooking in the house? So C-SPAN, we have the Senate's in session. Yellen is testifying. Speaker Johnson talking about the border. And then at about 9:45, in about 15 minutes or so, we'll see if this kicks off on time, Biden's going to deliver remarks on the border bill. And it doesn't look like it's got a lot of wings to it. Here is what Joe said after his ice cream. Is this the same? I have to be standing outside the same thing. Here is his preview on what he was mentioning about the border.
How worried are you about the border?
What's the message, Speaker Johnson?
My message to Speaker Johnson is pay attention to the Senate's doing. We have bipartisan deals, and you see the detail of it. The speaker will be introduced on Wednesday. The border, I've been asking since the first bill I introduced was on the border. We don't have enough agents, we don't have enough folks, we don't have enough judges, we don't have enough folks. We need help. Why?
Morning.
We need help. All of a sudden, about the border, about control. Guess what? Everything that bipartisan bill could be controlled. Still needs the needs of the people who never come across, legally come across. We want to open that about and shut down the ones that are not coming through the presidential. So there's a lot we can do. And the one thing I am disappointed in is that the Senate is I think it's about time that we have all the justice in place and now really. It's ridiculous. Can you imagine before you go the office of customer agent, come on, you do this. Come on. When you become considering America and doing a good job to be decent, it's about time that they were not only compassionate, but brain and brainless.
God, he can't even talk.
Money for the machine. We've had these machines. We're almost screaming out football.
Gosh. All right, he almost got in that reporter's face and did the whisper. Joe, relax. Back up. You don't have to get so close. You don't have to smell people when you're talking to them. Okay, get away. All right, so that's what he said to Speaker Johnson. Trump responded to this as well. Mike Johnson responded to this. Here is what Trump said during the interview.
Well, it's hard to believe because I think it probably would mean the end of their career. This is a Democrat trap. It's a trap for Republicans that would be so stupid, so foolish to sign a bill like this.
Got a new hat today.
It's not only that, it's massive amounts of money going out of town, as we say, going out of town. Billions and billions and billions of dollars. And it's so bad on the border. I've never seen anything like it. Actually, it's one of the worst, one of the dumbest bills I've ever seen. I think it's hard to believe because I think
it is a pretty dumb bill. And we have a bunch of Republicans on the right, like, great, this is going to solve the border. Like, who is this dude? And how did they come up with such a disgusting bill that is universally reviled? It's not going to be given the time of day in the House. Now, again, I'm always skeptical about this stuff because, what they do is very sneaky business, right? They can cocktail their backroom deals and they say, we beat the border bill. Congratulations, America. And then they come out with version 2.0. They pass it in the dark of night. It's got most of the same crap as everyone else, as the prior bill. And they all try to create in the first place.
That was their chant once when they suspended Harbaugh the second time for the last 3 regular season games. They're like that.
The Inflation Reduction Act, maybe it's going to die, and they finagle stuff at the last minute. It reminds me of every time.
That was the mantra for the season.
Spending cap problems. Right? Spending cap problems. You're running out of money. At the end of every battle, they always find the money. It's weird. So here's what Johnson says.
Cute.
The Border Patrol Union has said, come out and said, the bill is better than the
That's his brother. Still coaches the Ravens. John Harbaugh. Jim coached Michigan. Now I guess he's going to San Diego for back to the NFL next year.
Interested in this because they're getting paid. They're all going to get raises, benefits.
I remember there was a
definitely going to solve the border.
when Jim Harbaugh coached at San Francisco. They had a Harbaugh brother Super Bowl, Ravens versus 49ers.
Self-interested. It's part of the structure. Now,
He was in
apparently,
San Francisco.
the Senate is not happy about this now. McConnell, apparently,
The one year
recommending a no vote on the motion to proceed.
Copernic or whatever his name is actually had a decent year, and then he just said it was better to be on his knees.
It's that the political mood in the country.
The one good year Copernic had.
McConnell recommended the GOP senators behind closed doors. If they block the border bill on Wednesday, there are multiple sources because it's clear that most Republicans are prepared to vote no because they oppose the bill and they want more time, which I think is just a fake difference. So, we need more time, and it sounds like the Republicans are not even passing the Senate.
Yeah, Kaepernick, that's it. Who am I picking this weekend? Well, I would like the team to beat the Lions to win, but I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think it's not. Usually these things have already been decided before the game. I truly believe that there's a lot of bullshit going on in the NFL.
We are required to shut the border down for 5,000 vehicles a day, or consecutive 7-day period, 8,500 a single day.
I'd like to see San Francisco beat them. I don't know if they will.
Discretionary if it's 4,000. So as we said, they can allow 4,999 in every single day. Now it doesn't
Definitely not betting on it because
children from non-contiguous countries. Other aliens are exempted, can be exempted by ICE. Other aliens who meet, or aliens who even meet the screening criteria for asylum. So if you're allowed to be here, you can get the thumbs up, come on in. And that doesn't count against the 5,000. Allow the reopening. If encounters are 75% of the number, it's limited in duration. And check this one out. The president has discretion. So it allows the president to reopen the border at any time in the national interest and to temporarily suspend this authority for up to 45 days. So Joe can just waive the whole thing for 45 days. It also funds sanctuary cities, $1.4 billion for FEMA that goes to NGOs, $2.3 billion for other assistance, right? Paying them to bust them in. Subsidizes free taxpayer-funded legal counsel to illegal aliens. We talked about that yesterday. Expands parole, doesn't limit it. Increases green cards by 50,000 per year for 5 years. Gives work permits for adult children of H-1B visas and holders, and immediate work permits to every illegal released from custody after they pass the initial screening. So currently they got to wait 6 months before they can apply to work. But nope, they get immediate work permits. That's going to be good for them.
yeah, the sun is nice.
Nothing to deport illegals. Does not require the president to deport anyone. Creates a pathway for Afghanis. It weakens asylum screening by codifying the Biden policy, and there's no immediate funding for the border wall peddling. The bill claims to give $650 million for building the border lines, budgeting given no new money. The bill would simply rescind current money and put it back in the later date. So he doesn't have to build the wall. Right? This is what they do.
Cherry buds.
So that's what's in it. This is why people are pretty furious about this. And you may have seen this, right? This is what was happening in California. This was a pretty crazy scene. You may have seen this before, but this is the other side of the video. So in California, you can see we showed this video first, and we'll watch the others. But this is a boat that just lands in California, and they just abandon the boat, and these invaders hop off the boat, and I'm going to show you what happens next. These are people just sitting in California because they like these policies. Everyone's just filming.
I wasn't sure what was going on.
Being invaded. there's some swearing in this video, or maybe these videos. So what the F is going on? So put the kids back to bed. Those cops aren't. That's not why they're there. Cops were there, but they're not going to do anything, obviously. Really? Illegal alien. It's a lot of people. And they got kids with them too. They got kids. Now you're wondering, where do they go, right?
I've seen the boat trail 5 times, but I've never actually seen them do it.
So I don't know if somebody comes and picks up the boat or what they do with the boat, but here's the back end. So now they all go one street over, and they have just cars, like, I guess illegal invader Uber drivers that just are picking them up, and it's just like this little thing that happens. I've seen that boat before, so they just do this. They got rides just picking them up. She says it's an operation. Yeah, clearly it's an operation. They have a whole plan. Here's another one. Watch this. Look at all these people. I don't think they're all wearing their seatbelts. I don't think so. Is that a red light violation? And they're off. And they're off. Okay, so that's like, I don't know if those are people just looking for jobs and for, a better life, or if those are cartel members or whatever the deal is, but nobody knows. Nobody knows. And that's apparently happening repeatedly, right? Nobody knows anything about that. Just kind of how the country is being run. So that's nice policies over there. Now, Elon was calling them out. This was a wild clip. So this is Langford, which is this guy's just like so bitter now. He's so mad that everybody's upset. And he got criticized by Elon. He's like, maybe Elon should just build his cars. Okay, this is Langford. You guys will deliver this crap fast around here. Breakfast table.
Here's a claim being circulated on Twitter or X by Elon Musk, who posted, quote, the
It's
long-term
X.
goal of the so-called border security bill is enabling illegals to vote. It will do the total opposite of securing the border, unquote. Now,
Yeah, because there are limited checks, right? You see the ballot. You don't have to go like your citizenship because they can't vet your citizenship against a national database. Apparently, that's federal law. So they will be voting, no doubt about it. Don't tell me that illegals are not going to vote in an election. That's clearly going to be voting.
we know that Elon Musk is not an expert on illegal immigration or the border, but
Neither are you, Jake. Neither is this guy, Langford.
he has a huge megaphone. Explain what he's talking about here. Is he wrong?
Well, I think he needs to go back to doing the 2 million Teslas that are currently being recalled right now.
Idiot. That was a software update, moron. You just walked outside and your car was updated. wasn't a recall.
I want to focus in on that. No, it's not focused on trying to be able to get more illegals to vote. That's absurd in the process on it. It is against the law for anyone that is not a citizen of the United States to be able to vote in the United
So
States.
what?
In any
Hey, Jared, good to see you, buddy.
Into the country illegally.
federal election that remain.
Oh gosh, idiots. All right, so that's what's happening at the border, my friends. It's pretty messy down there, and Mayor Adams had a comment about this, saying, you know, my advice is that we should never do anything that would allow dangerous people to stay on our streets. We don't know if they're dangerous or not. Cross on boats and run into the inlet.
There's a law in the city, and you know my rule, follow the law. There's a law in the city that states
Does that include beating up cops?
what we can do with migrants and asylum seekers and undocumented. That's the law. I didn't pass that law. Well, that's the city council. I think that question should be presented to the city. I think that should be presented to the city council. And here's the only area of the law that I think should be examined, and I made it clear. You repeatedly commit felonies, dangerous crimes. If you're found guilty, you should not be in our city. That's what I believe. And ICE can execute warrants.
But you can't find them guilty of anything when you release them and they flee the country. Hello?
ICE can have a role here. You know, they can, no one is stopping ICE from doing their job. They have a job to do when you deal with dangerous people such as that. I cannot use city resources based on existing law. And so here's the question that should be presented to the council. How do they want to move forward on this issue?
Right, our own laws are hamstringing us so we can be invaded.
It's also against the law to illegally enter the country.
We have resources for our own people. We have resources for...
So they have to break another law before
All right, yesterday we had some comments coming
You get
in the
to-
house.
release them with no bail.
Sandy and Neurodivergent from yesterday. I think we missed you guys. Says, what's up, Neuro? Says, thanks for bringing us this information with some humor. Otherwise, I might computer across the room. There's a little bit of something for saving me money, for not having to buy a new computer. I appreciate that, Neuro. Well, I appreciate it back, you know. I have a lot more technology thanks to you guys. Sandy says, I went to Georgia once and was told that common law marriage was considered after 60 days of sharing a bed and bank account. I had to drive several counties to buy a bottle of wine. I said, I will be considered married before I can drink my Riesling. Georgia has weird laws for cohabitation. That's interesting. And I didn't know they had alcohol laws there as well. That's right. And Dean McGordy says the code worked, Rob. Weird that it didn't work before. Anyway, so Dean McGordy is in. Hot Mama says 310 is what the team table. I thought I saw a couple people yesterday say that the time had changed. And really it didn't. Okay, Nathan, good to see you. Rai T shared this one. Let's see what this one says. Over on the X platform. Oh, here it is. Thank you for digging it up. Here's the Boris Johnson clip. All right, then they kick the press out. Yeah, and that South Africa. I just said that 2 seconds ago. We're in big trouble with this new guy. Thanks, right, for making that one out. Sorry we did that to you guys. We didn't notice that. We didn't notice that. What's up, JC's here? Says, I had a great day yesterday, feeling nihilistic, trying to get better at self-reflection and assess myself. I grew up in a Protestant faith and years ago discovered the message in the Bible. The words of King Solomon in Ecclesiastes always stood out to me. And it says, he was a man who had achieved everything, but came to the realization it all felt meaningless. Concluded that the reverence for God's commandments was most important. You know, this is a longer discussion than a quick comment, but I'll keep it simple. I interpret this to mean to treat others as I would want to be treated. Unfortunately, much of the news of the world is dominated by people assimilating power without regard for others. All that to say that I care most about the average person who's like me, who's just trying to survive. Social media made it possible for me to see the world. It's mostly filled with good people who all seem to want the same things. It took me 30 minutes to write this in order to do better. It is great to have a community of like-minded people where we can take a moment to observe the absurdity and
Cop up ahead according to this.
The world that can be burdensome, but it ultimately can help us do what we can to push back and to help make the world a better place for everyone. Hopefully by sharing this, I can help others see how it is possible, no matter how bad things are, and still just do what we can to make the best of things. At times it may seem impossible to change the world, but each of us matters, and working together we can make things better. So life is a journey of perseverance and doing what we need to keep moving forward.
Already got somebody coming around the corner there.
Great comment.
Oh no, it's in Toledo.
It is one day at a time. Sometimes I have the propensity to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. And that's not necessary. You know, we don't have to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. I'm just kind of responsible for
Today's agenda?
Slice of life. But sometimes I can expand my we gotta solve everything right now, tomorrow, immediately, or else everything's gonna fail.
Well, I'm actually gonna stop. Well, actually later. I'll do it later.
You know, get back to your own cool.
I don't know. Just Monroe.
Great comment, JC. And I'm glad
Talk on Tuesday.
that you're feeling good. It says, when watching our politicians speak out of the side of their mouths, I keep waiting for someone to say, cut the crap. We know you are not being truthful.
Election time. I gotta reply to an email from my boss here. She wants to know how things are going in Monroe, and they're pretty stagnant, so who knows? Who knows?
What's up, NY says, I'm disappointed in Senator Langford. He was such a hawk in Congress. It didn't take too long to go to the dark side. Yeah, well, I don't know much about the guy, but what I've learned about him recently, I do not like at all. I don't know what he's doing. Lockie says, this is how much the Musk family knows about immigration, more than anyone in DC. NY says, Rob, I'm sure you have the same problem in AZ as we do in California. Car insurance rates are spiking due to high hit and run incidents. None of them have car insurance. You know, I don't know. I don't know if my rates have adjusted. I don't know if that's something that I would check or when that, if I get a notice about that or something. But I don't doubt that it's absolutely happening. I would imagine that it's going to be a much bigger problem. I mean, everything's going to go up. Hey, Spud says, Rob becomes Commander Data with a Neuralink and a positronic brain, and he out-cosplays Jack Smith. I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if anybody can out Jack Smith. He's very Jack Smith. Air Force, we got NY, staying dry. And Glocky shared this from the Musks, from May Musk. It says, I couldn't get citizenship, even though my father and grandmother were born in Minnesota. And my grandfather, John Enoch Haldeman, was born in Illinois. I was born in Canada, so it took me 12 years to get visas, green cards, lawyers, and numerous medical tests. That's how hard it is. It was, not anymore. Now you just come across, say, I'm a victim of foreign power or something, and I need to be saved here. And our government just says, sure, come on in. Great to have you. Do you have family you'd like to bring over too? Don't forget to vote Democrat. See you soon. All right, Glocky, good. Thank you for that. Highland Bull says, you want a cup of Joe? Cup of Joe? That's me, man. I think I would have been a pretty good World War II soldier. You know? I didn't have to fight in a
fried bread.
Battle.
It actually sounds really good.
Okay.
Some fried bread.
NY, good to see you. We got some super chats in the house. Thank you for the reminder on that, KB. And here, this one came in from the Chucky Show. It says, I wish I had faith in SCOTUS. I know, man. They make me nervous, too. They make me nervous too. I'm not sure that they're going to hold the line on any of this. On two issues, immunity or ballot removal. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the immunity issue is, they'll just say the president doesn't have it. Trump will go to trial, he'll get convicted, and we'll see what happens. He might elect him anyways. He'll either pardon himself or reestablish that. And the Supreme Court might recognize that and think about that. But actually make a decision. They shouldn't. It's not illegal. Good to see you, the Cheaty Show. And what's up, Maria K says, recall Trump and Musk filed suits versus the media. Any updates on it? No, I don't have any updates on that one at hand, Maria. It's an interesting question, though. Musk is facing an onslaught on multiple fronts. He just took $50 billion away from him. And isn't it an interesting thing that's happening in America now? So they're trying to indict their political enemies. They're trying to throw him off of the ballots, him and others. They're trying to now, like, if you're not a party ally, they're trying to take away your business for like $50 billion. It's like in Russia, when Putin imprisons somebody and steals his fortune or whatever. If that's true, like we hear these stories in foreign dictators, foreign lands, they just kind of get imprisoned, they steal all their stuff. It's kind of like that without the imprisonment. Now, you don't really get that money, right? It's our government institutions using the power to create leverage around the world, and it's a horrific thing that's happening in our own backyard.
They're violating my speech.
He frauded says Biden has
You
dementia.
still having issues with
Until the FBI investigates
chatting?
the ongoing China hustle, our enemies are making billions of dollars and creating many non-kinetic weapons, including cyber and psychological warfare, as well as BGY operations. Interesting. Men come across the same worries of being trafficked or sterilized against their will. Yeah, certainly don't want that to happen for anybody. It's not good at all. Both of those things are bad for everybody. Economy says, an engineer from Canada. Only other person I've heard refer to Canada like that. Love his channel.
it's one of my favorite thumbnails to use for my streams.
Oklahoma GOP votes to condemn Senator Langford for his role in the border talks. Wow, that's pretty interesting. JC says we are the media. We can't set the record straight. There's more of us than that. I think that's true. And if we have conversations with our friends and family, I think those are more impactful. Like, I think there's a bucket of people in America that will just follow what CNN says all the time. But there's another bucket of people that will listen to people around them, I think. And hopefully wake up and disconnect from that, right? Stop being plugged into the old news and start thinking, look around. Just look around. You don't need to listen to Jay Tapper telling you the economy's great. Just look at your life. Is your job doing better? Is your work doing better? Are you saving more money or spending more money? Position at this point. And start that conversation around with everybody. And I think a lot of people, a couple polls are showing, don't buy the standard narrative. And that's a good thing for all of us. People are waking up. Do you remember when they were giving hysterectomies to the women migrants? What happened with that? No, I don't remember that. Gosh, that's horrific. And we flip this over. We got Jesus is here. What's up, Pablo? All I'm saying is my boss needs me at every job site now to translate. Pi Squared is in the house. Real life is here. So if you hear crickets of transcripts for every interaction that Trump had, could you imagine what Biden transcripts look like? Oh my gosh. All the way through his meetings. K-Bean says they'll say anything, they will do anything. Yeah, and what about the migrants? Or what about the immigrants who come legally? They're on lists forever. First Amendment says, Robin Waters, at work, we will be carrying dosimeters with our cardiac monitor for all EMS calls. Dosimeters? What's that? Dosimeter? It's a wow. It's a radiation device that measures dose uptake of external ionizing radiation. Wow. That's interesting. Wow, okay. Radiation detector. How about that? Why? What are they doing? What are they doing there? Yeah. Isn't that an 18th century musical instrument? First Amendment, when he's going to take care of people with heart attacks, he plays them a little song on his flute. They come back to life. Ghost I like that copy. You never know. That's a dulcimer. Oh! It's a dulcimer. Ah! Well, maybe. Maybe he has a dulcimer and a dosimeter. Yeah. Let's check. You don't have any radiation. Here, let me play the song of the angels. Come alive. Wow, it's like magical. Well, that's a scary thought, First Amendment, that you're carrying those around. I wonder why, right? Well, obviously, if you're like spiking up, you're like, oh, does this dude have a nuke on him? But, you know, if not, maybe it's like remnants of, like, okay, there's some radio, like maybe there's, this person was in close to that, and he's trying to see nuclear activity. Musical healing, man.
Fuji Electric. Huh.
Music is healing.
I wonder what he's carrying.
We wear them when we work with patients to see if we have a lot of exposure to radiation in the hospital. Got it. Like you're in a hospital, like with X-ray machines, all the actually radioactive equipment. You also wear it to outbound, you know, events. Interesting. Okay, my friend. So. We are going to leave it there. We're going to do one final refresh. We're going to have a busy day today. I think we're going to talk about the.
No, I'm not getting it closer.
Well,
that looks like that load looks like something wants to come flying off of it.
We'll see what's inside that, and then I think we have some more Fanny updates because Schaefer, Doc Master Elliott, yesterday shared that with us, and the Schaefer response also on the motion to disqualify Fanny was scheduled. I think I was wrong. So the actual hearing on Fanny is not this week. The hearing on Fanny is next week on the 15th, the day after Valentine's Day. Get your Valentine's Day gifts. And that means I think this week, Thursday, we have SCOTUS.
There you go. Pull in front of me and slow down.
And
there you go, motherfucker.
Replied in SCOTUS as well. Is that true? I think he did that. So I think we might have 3 documents.
There you go.
Maybe we'll hit one tomorrow.
You've been thunderstruck, huh? Thunderstruck transportation.
And a lot of activity happening. And so, I hope your week
Rudolph, Ohio
is unfolding.
Yeah, here we go.
Maybe there's a little bit of a
next thing here is like Fuji Electronics.
Everything else is perfect. And
wheel pumps.
Beautiful. Look at this baby. It's on this baby real fast. This baby is just crushing it, baby. Get it, bro. Yes! Woo! Man, that dude is going to be crushing PRs. Thank you, Jim, for that one. Speaking of that, we got Jim on the docket today, so you guys got to go lift some weights. We don't do that exercise. But my friends, it's going to be a beautiful day. I hope you're getting out there, getting after it. We're going to jump into show prep. We are going to have a great stream later tonight, and so I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're having a beautiful Tuesday. Our demented president is supposed to be speaking any minute now, and so you can certainly go check that out as well. But I hope you get out there, get after it. I hope you make it a great day, my friends. We'll be back here in a few hours to get into it all again.
We'll watch some Russell Brand the desktop stream. I was thinking about grabbing something to eat, but I think I'll just stop at the coffee shop in Monroe. I didn't stop at Speedway. Toby Keith. Toby Keith died this morning. No, but it is a nuclear power plant. Oh no, that one isn't. The other one, it's you can't see it from the freeway. Well, not till you get up for a lot further. It's just a regular power plant. There is a one within what 15 miles of here though. They died cancer this morning. They've been sick for a while apparently. Killed the old Norm McDonald and didn't tell anybody. I hadn't even heard he was sick. But let's see here. Hadn't even heard it. Yeah, it is a power plant. What's the name of that one? I don't remember. But there is one with the cooling towers up in Newport, which is about another 15 miles north of here. It's called Fermi 2. Yeah, it's just a regular power plant there. I think that one is not coal, but a natural gas power plant. Downwind? No. Yes, it's downwind. It's northeast of us, but it's right on the Lake Erie. So that's where they get their water for the cooling. Yeah, there's one on just northeast of Toledo too, or east. Not really north because it's on the border, but directly east of Toledo. It's one called Davis Bessie. That one's down to one core right now. Okay, see the other smoke there? That's the other one. Way off in the distance. Here. Maybe if I come around the corner here. No, it's not gonna catch it. Look to the right, look to the right. Oh, way off in the distance, you'll see a little bit of condensation, but yeah. It's way out that way. They're pretty close to each other. One's conventional. Actually, that conventional one that you see in the condensation from is almost. It's a much newer one. But I think that one's run by natural gas. And we have our green mile here. All the dispos. New course in over here. Oh yeah, I mean, major cities are going to get hit hard. That happens. All major cities are going to get irradiated. And to be honest, if that really does happen, I don't want to live with radiation burns. Just off me. Just finish me. Make it quick. Make me be one of those shadows on the ground. Little black shadow of Doc. Yes. Yeah. Unless you are the ultra elite and already have your bunker set up to where you can survive for 6 months to a year underground, power and everything. You're fucked. Yeah, he may have a chance. I don't know. I don't know how many nukes would be aimed at New Zealand. Do they even have nukes? 'Cause I imagine they're not going to fire nukes at countries that don't even have them. Oh, New Zealand, really? Thing is, I mean, unless they have an ability to get there, though. Then again, a lot of them will probably get some kind of heads up. When everybody starts flying to New Zealand all at once, you know it's coming. Oprah's pretty close there. She lives in Hawaii, so she's probably still about a 10-hour flight to New Zealand. Probably longer than that. It's fucking a long way away still. And it won't be commercial planes either. It'll be all private planes. Well, I guess unless they have like a Trump-sized private plane, you probably have to go commercial. Because it's a long way. Most private jets don't have that type of range. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 777s or 747s or 737 ERs at extended range. Airbus 300. I normally turn left here, but I'm going to the coffee shop. So I'm going to go all the way down to the main drag. Listening to Monroe. I wonder what happened to MCC. I haven't heard from him since he had court the other day. Somebody will say something like, "Hey, look at all these celebrities. They report." I know they got their own private entrances and shit, but hell, they could just buy the whole air, buy every seat on the flight too. I guarantee you the airline wouldn't say shit. They'd be jumping on the plane with them. They'd just bump a bunch of people. Drive by the bail bondsman that pulled the gun on freaking media. Right here, the building to the right. As we go down the road, it's like the second door. On the road I'm on, the street I'm on. Right before that little parking cutaway is. Your cop's coming. Can't hear anything on the radio though. Oh, it's an ambulance. It's an ambulance. Place right next door to it is for rent. There's the County Democratic Party, Monroe County Democratic Party building right next to the coffee shop here. All right, guys, I'll be right back. Listen to the scanner, do whatever you want. I'll leave it on.
Central 1482. Traffic stop concierge Summerfield.
Go ahead.
It's going to be Ohio, Paul, John, Robert, 3276. It's going to be in a white Porter van.
Clear. Central Pfeffer Station 3, response priority 3, 6410 Centennial Drive, 6410 Centennial. Crosses of Harrisbrook and Cheltenham, 78-year-old male fell with hip pain, time out 1221.
Central 1582. What are you showing out to the courthouse?
Thanks.
Probably I'll be out.
CCC, you can show me through the last cell 7. At the moment. Central 868 security.
629.
Clear. Monroe. Clear.
Central East back for Bravo 3 en route.
Clear. Central Bedford.
Go ahead, Bedford Bravo 3.
Ah, yes. A Dolce Bowl with a Mexican mocha.
Clear, thank you.
It's Taco Tuesday, so we got that Mexican cafe mocha. Basically just a cafe mocha with
County Bedford altitude, someone.
extra shot espresso and some cayenne pepper. So alrighty. I'll see you guys in a bit. Probably, like I said, once I run into an emergency in there, I'll probably go live from the desktop. Thanks for riding with me. Peace. If I can get it to stop. There we go.